Hey everybody, welcome to the garden. I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. It's time for the MEXC Small Account Challenge. And if you're interested in any of the services I provide, please check out the links in the description below for both the Patreon and Discord. Okay guys, so we're going to be doing the first 2023 update on the Small Account Challenge. I don't even remember what episode we're on, but this is the first time we're doing a dedicated video to the Small Account Challenge. Now, I've done a couple videos, the recaps, and I've done some overview live streams on the Discord, and I've touched on the small account there, but this is the first dedicated video since the end of the year and this new year that I've done this video. And obviously you can see we're in a lot of action right now, but I want to kind of do an overview of what we've done, what we're currently doing, and where I see the account going, and kind of just touch base. Okay, so starting off with what's in front of you. Obviously we're in a great trade, a great LDO trade. I'm going to get into that specifically as to why I'm not closing that out right now, because normally I would have closed this out because it's hit one of my signals to get out. Obviously I've already taken some profits off of it, but it's an extreme move to the upside. But again, I'll get into that in a second. I'm also in a GMT long, which is looking okay. It's gonna have some issues, as it's fighting around the 200 SMA area, and also just it's pretty extended as well. Nothing like LDO, but I do see this coming up higher as to getting towards my TPs. And also the stop loss is very, very low risk now because we're trailing the stop loss on the Kijinsen. So it's been a very good trade for GMT. Even if we do end up losing this trade, the risk, the loss that would come is minimal. And then we're also in a Solana long as of right now. Slight drawdown, relatively break even at the moment. I like how Solana looks. It did have some issues earlier today. Bitcoin had been denied at 17,000 quite hard today, and Solana followed suit, had a nice pullback. I was pretty confident it was going to come down and stop me out, but so far has not. Ended up doging out here between these two dojis on the hourly time frame, and a nice buy up last hour candle, and now fighting around my entry. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. It still may come down if it doesn't get any follow through, but if it can actually break past this pivot that it made here, I actually think getting towards my first TP is very, very likely. So I'm curious to watch Solana. It's already outperformed my expectations after this morning's behavior, but so far so good. All right, so let's get into LDO, because this is obviously the most interesting trade I'm in right now. So LDO, great trade, absolutely fabulous. Now there's a couple things about it. So in my system that I'm using for the small account, it's just a simple breakout strategy, right? I'm just looking for pivots to be broken out while using Ichimoku. And the Kijinsen, which is this white line, but you can actually see this white dotted line here is actually the price line for the Kijinsen. I put it on the chart so it's easier to see. I usually have my stop trailing it. So normally I would be closed out here because price is currently trading under it. Well, the reason why I decided to not do that, and I just brought my stop to break even after taking some profit, is because I've actually been looking at the daily time frame for LDO. Okay, so now this does not mean I'm going to keep this trade open. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give LDO room on the daily time frame. I want to see, as we get closer to the closure of this daily candle, how does price action look, because obviously we've broken through the cloud, but looking at this chart here, we potentially have begun on LDO a daily uptrend. Okay, now if we have a really decisive, very high momentum uptrend on the daily time frame for LDO, it will behoove me to hold on to this position best I can, because the trend would be quite powerful, and we may even see it get towards $3 and attack this high pivot up here. Okay, now this may not happen. What we may be seeing is not profit taking here, but potentially the beginnings of a reversal. So that's why I want to give the daily time frame some leeway. If I start seeing signs that this isn't a profit taking wick, but it's a reversal wick and it's likely going to retrace 90% of this move or more, then I will look to take my gains and run. Okay, I'm happy with what I've made, and I'm happy with what I will make if it starts showing signs that it is a reversal rather than a profit-taking, time. And then as we go into the next daily candle, potential continuation. Okay, but overall, it's a good problem to have. I love where I'm at in LDO. We'll see how it plays out. GMT, like I just went over, approaching my TPs, being patient with it. It's really nothing for me to do but wait. It's a very low risk trade now that the Kijinsen has pretty much traded very close towards my entry, and these candles are showing continuation as of now. I'm liking how this hourly candle is also trading as we come into the close of this hourly candle. So I'm very confident with GMT. I do think we may see this get towards my first TP relatively soon. And then SOL, I don't even have to open it up. It's relatively break even. We'll see how that plays out, whether it ends up being a loser or a winner. Now, because I have an update on the accounts recently, I want to go into the position history. Let's go all the way to the beginning. That way you can see, what's happened with the account. I've not deposited any money. I started with $100, but technically I only deposited $80 because when I opened the account, I got a $20 bonus from MEXC. So I deposited $80, then I used the $20 bonus, and I started with a base of $100. Okay, so so far we're up about 532%. From the original deposit, I guess, $100, and we're at total equity right now, $532. Though some of this is unrealized. What's realized is $369. That's what's realized, but unrealized we're about $530. Potentially more, potentially less when we close out some of these trades and winners or losers. So I would say we're doing quite well. Our first goal was to get from $100 to $200, and then the second leg was to get from $200 to $400, and we've achieved both of those goals. And then the final goal, the third leg of the small account challenge was to get from $400 to $1,000. So 10xing our original principal, $100 to $1,000. And so far we're doing quite well. Potentially we may get there with some of these trades if LDO turns out to be a very big trade. We'll see. But starting off, we actually started trading the 4th of December. So it's just been over a month, and we've already hit over 500% of the accounts. That's the beauty of leverage, but honestly, that's really the beauty of risk management. So leverage, yes, you can grow fast, but you can also lose money faster. It's with risk management that you can see these exponential gains this quickly. So I'm very proud of what we've done so far. Since the 4th, where we were only trading ETH for some time, all right, we pretty much were able to make from 100 to 200. We actually fell into drawdown here. So we actually fell into drawdown here with Bitcoin, and unfortunately losing $50. And then we actually had some spurts of some losing trades here. Then we ended up making about $9, just under $10. Lost our $22. So we actually were in some drawdown on our principal. Then we kept to it, made it back, made a break-even trade. Then we made almost $60. So that brought us to pretty much break even. Lost our $24, $18 we made. So we were just having these. We had a really bad trade right over here. This was a really bad trade on a Bitcoin, and then we had a really good trade on Ethereum. And then we had another decent trade on Ethereum after a pretty bad trade on Ethereum. So we were staying relatively break even for some time. Then we had a couple losers here, and then we had a loser on Solana, and then we had nice big win on Waves, decent winner on Chile's, break even trade on Ocean. Then we had a couple. So Ocean was yes, this trade. Oh boy. So Ocean, we had a break-even trade on Ocean, and we looked. I saw a short opportunity to get in again. I got stopped out. My stop was too tight, so ended up being break-even, slightly in the green. Then I got into another short with Ocean, and I was reminded about why you should be scared of trading low liquidity pairs. Oh my God, Ocean. I was risking about $40-$50 for sure. So that was already a big risk. But man, the spreads killed me. Ended up losing $94 on it. So that was really disheartening. I remember complaining about that on stream. Just it happens. It happens, and I was punished for trading this when it was extremely low volume. We're talking about less than $1 million in volume or something. So it happens, but yeah, this was tough. It was a tough pill to swallow. And then I ended up having a whole string of bad trades here, whole string of bad trades. And it was really because of this trade. One of my small account videos was specifically on talking about how bad my mindset was during these trades, and these were my reload trades right here. So these trades were reload trades for me, and then after I made these trades, I stopped trading for a couple of days. As you can see, it was the 18th of December. I took 2 days off, so came back December 20th, had killer trades, small trade here, then a killer trade here on BNX. Decent trade on Chiles, nice trade on Bone and Chiles again. So some killer trades here brought me back. Just reminded me of, like, you just need to stay on the path. You know what you're doing. So no matter how much history or experience you have in trading, you're gonna have moments where you kind of flounder, and your experience is what gets you to see it quicker. And that's where my saving grace was for sure. I had a loser on BNX, then had a decent winner on Ocean, kind of equaled that out. A couple ticky-tack losses here. Had a nice winner, well, a decent winner on BNB. Again, it's relative percentage-wise, not really the dollar amount. Made 7% right off of the position. So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not really looking at the dollar amount. I'm just looking at the percentages that I made here. Lost 6% here. Lost made about $5, 5% here. Lost 14 bucks on Litecoin. So we had some decent losers and decent winners. Had a nice loser here on TON. Again, another one of those, like, just low cap, low lick coins. I punished myself again, but at least unlike Ocean, this one didn't, like, completely kill me on the spreads. I thought I saw a really clean long structure, but ended up losing out on that, which is okay. Then had a couple losers, a couple break evens. Like RLC was a break even loser on BNX. Had a nice little short on BNB. Had a pretty bad short on BNB. I thought I could get a reload and didn't work out. And then RLC again, another break even trade. Couple losers here, break evens, and then some decent losers here, especially with OP. Another break even, minor losers. And you see, this is kind of this is what you have to deal with when you're looking to play a breakout system, right? So breakout systems do work, proven by, you can see that we are profitable, but you will have these clusters of losers. If you're not careful, you'll have big losers like this, right, with RLC. But then you'll also have some big winners. Like Ant right here canceled out all of this, right? So that's the saving grace. You'll have this one trade cancels out all of this, and then some of even this down here. So, that was my saving grace. Then I had a big loser here. Again, this is all my mistakes, right? It's just my mistakes. And then Adam right here. So we had almost a $100 loser here. Then we had a $10 loser, break even. Then we had a $30 winner, $10 loser. And then we had a couple strings of wins here. Again, canceling out a lot of the stupid mistakes I was making here. And the mistakes I'm making here is I'm trading low. I was trading at times where it was low volume, low liquidity on low cap coins. And that's my mistake. That's my mistake. That's just me being impatient. I have to work on it. Even now, even after all these years, I still have to work on it. But the only thing that keeps me in the game is that I can recognize when I'm being stupid and I stop trading. So that's the only positive. I have to get to the point where I'm good enough to not do it. So just you don't feel bad if you're making mistakes. We all make mistakes, no matter how long we've been trading. Here's Kava. This was I remember this short specifically. I actually liked this short. I actually liked this trade even though I lost. I thought this was a really good trade. Ended up just not going my way, but this was actually a really good short. Kava had a different idea, and it was a good reminder of no matter how good the setup looks, the markets at its core are fairly random. We don't know the rate at which things will happen. We know that the probabilities lean certain ways, but we don't know at what rate the unprobable act will happen. Okay. Then we had a couple winners here. A minor winner, Luna Classic was a good winner. Minor loser on Algo. They had a really good winner on Kava. I was watching Kava. I ended up catching a nice long on that. Had a nice string of losers here between LDO being one, Litecoin being one, Matic, BNB, Sol. And we had a really good winner on Bit. So we had a nice win on Bit. minor loser on MEXC, and then we've had some killer trades here. So LDO was break even, killer trade on Gala. So Gala, as I'm making this video, is still exploding. I had a really good trade on Gala. I actually caught it on the first impulse. Ideally, I wish I was still in it, but that's okay. My system told me to get out, so I did. Ended up making a good chunk here, 130 off of that. And then comp, break-even trade. Had a couple string losers here. These are the most recent trades we've had. So Polkadot down 13. Ethereum, the ETHW, I think this was an Ethereum fork. Lost 30 on that one. Tough loser. I did think it had potential, but you know, maybe I'll get another shot at it. We'll see. And then Kava down about just 17, 18 bucks from its short as well. I actually opened this up on a stream today. It looked like a good shot to potentially go lower, but we had this nice impulse about an hour after I ended the stream, so Kava ended up being a loser, but that's okay. You know, that's part of the game. And now we're sitting in these trades here. We'll see how they play out. Again, like I said, when it comes to LDO, I'm trying to give this as much room as I possibly can on the daily time frame. Ideally, I can hold it around this area during the daily close. If we start breaking much lower, I'm going to have to close out. But either way, we're having a great day, a winning day. We're above the $400 threshold, cross $500. We'll see if we actually close above $500. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, you know, this is the first update of the new year for the small account. About 50% of the 50% of the way of 10xing the account. We're up 500+%. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing, guys. You know, if you want to learn how to trade, again, you don't have to learn the breakout strategy. I teach many different strategies. This is just one of them. I'm just showcasing you can make money with the most basic strategy. As long as you have decent risk management. You can see just everything I just went through. I still make mistakes. You know, I have good risk management, but there are times where I'm trading this account and I still make mistakes. And because the strategy is good enough, I make not as many mistakes, I still am profitable. So there's no reason why you can't be profitable. You know, and it's a simple strategy. Just a quick update on the strategy. I literally just used the 200 SMMA. So I used the smooth moving average. Now, it doesn't really matter what moving average you want to use. Doesn't really matter. At least I don't think it does. But for me, I use the smooth moving average, what I'm just most comfortable with, or what I know best. And then clearly, I'm just looking for on the hourly time frame, Ichimoku. Okay, I'm just looking for it to be bullish. All right, so I'm looking for price to be above the cloud. I'm looking for it to show signs that it's trending to the upside or downside if I'm looking for a short. And then I just legitimately look for the next pivot. All right, so in this case, LDO was right here. Look for the pivot here. Look for price to break out of that pivot, and then I have a buy limit order sitting there waiting for it to be filled. And in this case, LDO filled it right over here. Sat through this. Had my stop loss under the Kijinsen, which is right under here at the time. So that was pretty much right under the breakout candle, and then had continuation. And this happens all the time. It's pretty common. Again, you'll have probably like 5, 6, 7 losers, and then you'll have, you know, 3 winners, 2 winners, maybe just 1 winner, and that's all you need, right? You just saw my position history. That's literally all you need. You only need 1, 3 winners out of those 10 trades, and you'll probably be profitable, pretty profitable, quite a bit. I mean, we're now up, like I said, 500+% since December 4th. That was our first trade since we started this small account. Yeah, so guys, if you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment. Join the Discord if you haven't. If you want to learn how to trade like me, whether it's through this breakout strategy or how I trade my much bigger account, my big boy account, which is a DCAing strategy and reading liquidity and such, make sure to check out the tutoring sessions. There's nothing more valuable that I can give you than my tutoring sessions. I do have a swing trade alert setup, swing trade system, that if you want to just follow my alerts for the swing trades, you can, and that's valuable enough because it's so cheap. But the most valuable thing I can give you is the tutoring service. It's a decade's worth of trading, you know, my decade, not anyone else's, and it's a profitable, majority of that decade has been extremely profitable, and I can help you avoid certain faults that I've, you know, had, and other major traders who have also shared. I can help you avoid that, or at least understand it. So there's nothing more valuable than my tutoring sessions, I think. And then also, if you want to day trade with me, I will be holding a day trade room about 1 to 2 hours every weekday. Probably will day trade crypto, but may look into stocks as well in case if some people want to trade stocks. It just depends on what everyone's demanding and what markets are moving, right? Yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully, I haven't rambled too much. And remember, be patient, be vigilant, and be nimble. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.